Okay, I think we're live. All right. Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be doing a fitness Q&A. Basically, what I want to do today is go over what some of your fitness goals are and do my best to help you out. Okay. You know, I remember when I first got into, fitness, especially when I was younger. I used to dream about being able to lose body fat, be able to have a six pack, go to the beach, and for a long time, I was stuck, I was struggling. So that's the reason why I do what I do now. Because once I figured it out, it's kind of like a light bulb goes off in your head. It's like wow. And one thing that I can say is one of the most important things to do is to figure out your diet. Once you get the dieting down pat, fitness becomes so much easier. To be honest with you, you could be doing the bare minimum exercise wise, cardio wise, and still see pretty good results if your diet is just 100% locked in. On the other hand, if your fitness is like, let's say your workouts and your cardio is 100% locked in, but if your diet is trash, you're not going to really see the results that you're looking to see. So if there was one main focus that I would have most people focus on, it would be the diet. Now, if you want to be top 1%, if you really want to reach your goals and have excellent results, then your diet and your fitness both need to be A1. But I have noticed that a lot of people struggle when it comes to dieting. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? And good morning, Lips Galore. How are you? Let's see. So, do we have any questions so far? We're going to start this. Okay, we do got a few questions over here on Instagram. All right, so let me scroll to the top and get the first question that we got. Is this pre-recorded or actually live? This is actually live. Actually, wait, am I frozen? Hold on, let me make sure I'm not frozen on Instagram. Oh, you know what? I might be. I think if I switch tabs, it might freeze. So hold on, let me just double check something real quick. Then we're gonna get into this Q&A. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. So yeah, let's get into this. All right. Somebody asks, where do you purchase the best chicken and turkey from? The grocery store. Simple answer. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. What do you think of peptide therapy for muscle growth? So I'm not really that familiar with peptide therapy. I've known a few people that have done it and they say that it's very beneficial, but I'm not really familiar with it. So I couldn't really speak on it. I work very early, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's hard to do a good diet. What do you recommend? Um, you work from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. So what makes dieting hard for you? Give me a little bit more information on that. Because let me try to put myself in your shoes. If I'm working from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. and I know that I'm trying to lose weight, what I would do is meal prep my food in advance and take it to work with me. If you're trying to lose weight, you can't really be eating, like, you can't eat out. I would not be eating any snacks. I would only eat what's in my meal prep. I would only be snacking on fruit. So when you understand that these things are non-negotiables, then you have to figure out a way to make it happen. And dieting is hard, or else everybody would be sticking to their diet, getting amazing results. So it is hard. Which one? Any grocery store in particular, and the best brand for chicken and turkey? Yeah, any brand. I wouldn't even think that deeply into it. Any chicken, any turkey is going to be fine. Like any brand. Don't worry about that. Your thoughts on HMB? I'm so sorry. I don't even know what that means. Before fasted cardio to prevent muscle loss or even gain some muscle. What is HMB? What and how? What and how to eat for diabetes when you're trying to lose fat? Okay. So I'm actually going to share my screen now. So if you're trying to lose fat, and this is also good for people that have diabetes, this is pretty much how you want your plate of food to look. It should have 5 to 9 ounces of a protein source. It should have plenty of vegetables. And if you're going to do carbs, you do it in moderation. Now, when you eat a lot of protein and when you eat a lot of vegetables, the protein and the fiber from the vegetables, it stops the carbs that you're eating from spiking your blood sugar. So not only is this good for fat loss, but it's also good for people that have diabetes or people that are pre-diabetic because it just stops your blood sugar from spiking. All right. And this is how every meal should look. I tell the people in my family this all the time. If you are eating carbs, rule number one, eat a little bit of carbs. And rule number two, make sure you're eating a protein and some vegetables with it. And of course, make sure your food is never greasy. All right. That's just terrible on all accounts. I have a friend, he had this saying, he said, eating a lot of carbs and sugar will make you fat. Eating a lot of grease will make you obese. I like that. That has a nice ring to it. So yeah, this is pretty much how you should be eating and structuring your meals. Someone asks how to prevent muscle loss when you're fasting. As long as you are able to get in enough protein throughout the day, you will be able to prevent muscle loss. And if you're working out, so eat enough protein and make sure you're working out. How long do you rest between sets? And does it matter for different muscle groups like lower body versus upper body? So I like to rest at least 90 seconds between sets. Now, what really matters is how heavy you're going. And I would say the bigger the muscle group, the longer you should let it rest. So if you're doing heavy squats, you can rest 3, 4, 5 minutes in between sets so that you fully recover before you go hard for that next set. If you're doing bicep curls, you could get away with resting for 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, because you don't need that long of a rest period. So I could really use some diet tips, but on a budget, but it's really hard because I work in a market, but I do go to the gym. Okay, so you want diet tips on a budget. I would just keep it very simple. Eat a protein and vegetables. So that could be at a grocery store. Like, let's say, I'm going to share my screen for a second. So when I was younger, and honestly, I still eat like this today. I get pre-cooked chicken, pre-cooked veggies, pre-cooked rice, and pre-made protein shakes. It saves me money and it saves me time. If you're trying to lose weight on a budget, just eat some of this chicken with some of these vegetables. And that's it. Keep it simple. Now, let's say I couldn't go to a grocery store. Let's say I had to eat out. I would just make sure whatever plate of food I was eating, it had protein and vegetables on the plate. There are times I've went to a Jamaican restaurant while on a cut. I'm just going to order the chicken. Like, that's it. Sometimes I would get cabbage, but usually the vegetables are greasy when you order it from restaurants. So I would just skip the veggies. I just order the protein and just make sure it's not greasy. Any recommendations for better gut health? Yeah, eat enough fiber. You want to be getting in 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. So let me share my screen. So you see this bag of veggies right here? I eat one bag of veggies 3 times a day. So for me, that's like 28 grams of fiber. Also, you can look into taking pre and probiotics. I'm a nurse in hospital. I'm a nurse in the hospital, and it's chaotic. So sometimes I eat when I can. I'm always tired. So sometimes I get home, eat, and fall asleep. I understand that. Okay. I would recommend highly that you have a meal plan. Even if you can't eat your meals at a specific time every day, you should know in your head already what you're going to be eating. Like, I know for a fact that my breakfast today is going to be chicken breast and vegetables. I know for a fact that my lunch 3.5 weeks from now, I don't even know what day it is because I have a meal plan. I know I'm going to be eating chicken breast and vegetables. So you need to make a meal plan for yourself so you know exactly what you're going to be eating, regardless of what time of the day you're going to be eating that meal. What are your top 5 exercises in the gym for building muscle? Top 5 exercises in the gym for building muscle. So I would say squats, lunges, pull-ups, bench press, dumbbell shoulder presses. Those would be my top 5. Can you explain eating protein per body weight? I can never understand what that means. Okay, I got you. So you want to ask yourself, what is my ideal body weight? Meaning, how much do I want to weigh? So if I know that I want to weigh 200 pounds, if I think when I weigh 200 pounds, I'm going to look good, I'm going to look lean, I'm going to have a six pack, then that is my ideal body weight. So I want to weigh 200 pounds. Now, since I want to weigh 200 pounds, I need to eat 200 grams of protein. So however much you want to weigh, that's how many grams of protein you need to be eating every day. So if you say you want to weigh 150 pounds, then you need to eat 150 grams of protein in a day. Now, how do we get in all of this protein? We eat protein sources. So you see my screen here. So this right here is a list of different protein sources. You have chicken breasts, chicken thighs, egg whites, steak. Any type of meat or fish is a protein source. So if you don't know where to get your protein, now you do. You just eat a protein source. This is why you want to be eating 6 to 9 ounces of a protein source at every meal. Now, most women are trying to usually get around 150 grams of protein. That's why I say women should do around 6 ounces of protein at every meal. Most men are trying to get around 200 grams of protein. That's why I recommend most men do around 9 ounces of a protein source at every meal. Okay, so if you're a man and you're doing 9 ounces of chicken breast 3 times a day, you're going to be hitting your protein goal. If you're a woman and you're doing 6 ounces of chicken breast, you're going to be hitting your protein goal. So that'd be around 150 grams for women, around 200 grams for men. Okay. Hope this is making sense. Do you advocate low fat? And if so, why? Also, how do you feel about the carnivore diet? So I don't necessarily advocate going low with your fats. I believe in, I would say, so in my videos, I normally don't really talk about fats because I don't want to add another layer of complication to it. But I believe your fats should be moderate because you getting in enough fats is going to be really beneficial for you. So the way that I tell people to do that is by adding in some avocado with maybe 1 meal a day, or swapping out the chicken breasts every now and then for some salmon or some steak or some ground beef to get some healthy fats in. So yeah, I'm not really big on going super low with fats. Now, also, how do I feel about carnivore? I'm not a big, so if you did follow the carnivore diet, chances are you would lose body fat, you'd build muscle because you would be getting in enough fats and protein. But I'm not a big fan of cutting out entire food groups. Like, you don't have to cut out fruits and vegetables. You know, like, you don't have to cut that out because then you would be missing fiber. Okay. Good morning from Louisiana. Good morning. Deet. Deet. I love following you. I'm having a hard time losing stomach fat. Okay. So for you to lose stomach fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. This means you need to be eating less calories than your body burns, right? So an easy way to be in a calorie deficit is to get your diet right. So this is kind of what we're going over here. So when it comes to how you should structure your plate when you're trying to be in a calorie deficit, I want you to eat 3 meals a day. Okay. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, every plate of food that you eat should follow this principle. It should have 5 to 8 ounces of a cooked protein source. It should have plenty of vegetables, and it should have a moderate amount of carbs. The carbs are optional. So what does this look like for breakfast? Maybe for breakfast, it can be, let's say, 1 cup of egg whites, a side of mixed veggies, and 1 slice of toast. Or it could be 1 cup of egg whites, 2 eggs, side of strawberries. Okay. Or it could just be a protein shake for breakfast. But pick one of these options for breakfast and stick to it every day. Now, lunch and dinner examples. Once again, we're going to do 5 to 8 ounces of the cooked protein. That could be the salmon, the chicken, the steak, plenty of veggies, and a small amount of carbs. And if you can stick to eating like that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, even on the weekends, you will be losing body fat. And in turn, that means you're going to be losing the stomach fat. You just have to do it for long enough. Now, people mess up with two things. One, they snack bad. So if you're trying to snack, I recommend doing one snack a day, a protein shake or some fruit or a protein bar or some Greek yogurt. These are 4 good snack options, but pick one a day, not 3, not 4, like pick one. The next reason why people mess up when it comes to dieting is they don't diet on the weekends. If you want to see transformation, diet Monday through Sunday. Do that for 4 weeks straight, and you will see that you've lost 10 pounds of body fat, and that will be all the motivation that you need to continue down this path. Okay. So quick story. Yesterday, my wife, she told me, she said, babe, go to the grocery store and get me something salty. So I got like some plain rice cakes, like lightly salted rice cakes. Why did I do that? Because I knew that if I was to get like something like chips or something that we really enjoyed, we would both be tempted to eat extra calories than we should have. Instead, I got rice cakes. It's not the tastiest thing in the world. So it's easier for us to show like discipline and self-control. So that's a major thing. If you're trying to stick to a diet and you are struggling with snacking and you're struggling with sticking to your diet, which most people do, don't buy temptation and do not bring temptation around you. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Shanitha. Good morning, Shanitha. Hello, Heather. Maurice. Good morning. I currently weigh 223 pounds, and my initial target goal is 220 pounds. What is a realistic time frame for hitting that goal weight? You want to lose 3 pounds? You can lose 3 pounds over the next 7 days. So yeah, you could lose 3 pounds in the next 7 days. So if I'm you and I weigh 223 pounds and I want to lose 3 pounds of body fat in 7 days, this is what I would do. Number one, I'm going to do 1 hour of cardio when I wake up. I'm going to go to the gym, get on the Stairmaster every day, 1 hour. For breakfast, I'm going to do a protein shake. For lunch, 9 ounces of chicken breast, side of veggies. Dinner, 9 ounces of chicken breast, side of veggies. If I need a snack before I go to bed, I'm going to have me a little bit of fruit. And of course, I'm going to continue to lift weights the way that I normally would, which would be at least 4 days a week. You run that for 7 days, you'll be losing 3 pounds of body fat a week. You'll get there quick. Now, imagine if you do it for a month. Okay. What exercise? 1 second. What exercises do you recommend if you're doing mostly home workouts, specifically leg workouts? Okay. So what exercises do I recommend? I recommend doing squats. Now, if you have weights and you are beyond doing just body weight squats, you can hold a dumbbell, right? You can hold it here and do squats holding the dumbbell. That adds some resistance to it. You can do lunges. And if you need to make that more intense, you can hold dumbbells and do lunges. You can do glute bridges. And you could put a dumbbell on your hips to make the glute bridges a little bit more difficult if you need to. What else can we do? That honestly, those would be like the main, that'd be like the main 3 exercises that I would do for an at-home leg workout. I would do like 4 to 5 sets of each one and just push myself with each set. So every set should be hard and you'd be good. You can even do Bulgarian split squats. Is plantains good? So plantains would be considered a carb source. So let me just share my screen here. So you see here how I said the rule should be you do 5 to 9 ounces of a protein source, you do plenty of mixed vegetables, and you do carbs in moderation. So plantains would be a replacement for the rice. Just make sure it's not fried plantains. You should not be eating that if you're trying to lose weight at all. So it would just be a replacement for the rice. So I would do it maybe when it comes to me losing body fat, I like to do carbs with just one meal a day. So I would have like one plantain with my dinner, and that'd be like the only carbs that I have for that day. Another option for when you should have your carbs is like before or after your workout. How many calories should you eat a day? So that's going to vary from person to person. All right. So the way that you calculate, no, you know what? I'm going to show you how to calculate how many calories you burn in a day or how many calories you should eat in a day. But I'm going to give you like some rough numbers that I've seen when it comes to working with most men and women. So when it comes to losing body fat quickly, most women's calories should be around 1,200 a day. And this, mind you, this is if we're trying to lose like 2 pounds of body fat a week. Okay. So this is intense. For most men that are trying to lose around 2 pounds a week, the numbers are around 1,700 calories a day. Like I said, this is us trying to lose 2 pounds of body fat a week, which is a lot of fat loss. Okay. So let me share my screen really quickly. Let's see. I want to see if I can share my screen. 1 second. Okay. So this is how you figure out how many calories you burn, or this is how you figure out how many calories you need to eat a day in order to lose weight. So step number 1, we go to Google. Step number 2, we type in calorie calculator. Step number 3, we click it. Step number 4, you put in all of your information. And then you press calculate. And right here, it tells you exactly how many calories you need to eat every day in order to be losing 1 pound a week or 2 pounds a week. If you want to lose 2 pounds a week, you got to eat less. You know, if you want to lose less, you could eat a little bit more. All right. And that's how you figure it out step by step. Yeah. So, Jennifer, that's how you figure it out. Okay. Maurice said, I meant, I got you. So Maurice said he wants to go from 220 pounds down to 200 pounds, but your explanation actually answered the question for me too. Thanks. Okay. You're welcome. Yeah. So that plan that I gave you to be losing 3 pounds a week, you would just do that for like 2 months and you would be at your goal. Definitely. I eat at, oh, hello, Mrs. Moan. I eat at Moe's Southwest Grill a lot and have been following your eating plan and getting great results. Can I start adding sauces like ranch, vinaigrette, and sour cream? Okay, so I wouldn't, because that's going to be a lot of calories. The dressings, so you'll see people that eat salads, right? And then they add like a lot of dressing to it. They just ruined the salad. They just added 500 extra calories. So it's the dressings and the sauces that really taints a lot of food. So personally, I wouldn't be adding dressings to my food. If you do absolutely want dressing to enhance the flavor of your food, you have two options. One, you can get the dressing on the side and just use a very small amount of dressing. Option number two is you can buy your own low calorie or fat free dressing and use that one instead. Okay. Hello from WI. It's terrible because I don't even know what state this is, but I'm guessing it's Wisconsin, but I could be wrong. Could fasting be incorporated, perhaps eating the meal plan within an 8-hour window, looking to lose 50 pounds? That's a great question. Let me see if I have a meal plan. Okay. I want to address the whole fasting thing. Your name is, I'm gonna just call you K. So let's say you followed this and you made a meal plan for yourself. Let's say for breakfast every day, you had a protein shake. And then for lunch every day, you had chicken breast, veggies, and potatoes. And then for dinner every day, you had chicken breast, veggies, and potatoes. And that was all you ate for the day. And that was it, right? Most people that ate like this, they would definitely be losing 2 pounds a week. Definitely. Now, let's say you have one person who is not fasting. So they are eating their meals. They're eating these 3 meals whenever they want. They eat their breakfast at 8 a.m., they eat their lunch at 1 p.m., and they eat their dinner at 8 p.m. So it's spread throughout the day. Then you have another person who eats these 3 meals. One, they eat it at 12, then at 2, and then at 8. So these people are only eating within an 8-hour window. Both of those people are going to get the exact same result. So, like I say, it's not about when you're eating, it's about what you're eating. Now, fasting is good for the people that don't have discipline, right? It's a hard rule. So let's say you're eating these 3 meals a day, but then you're late night snacking. If you're giving yourself a rule where you say you're fasting, so you are stopping yourself from doing the late night snacking, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, then yes, fasting is beneficial for those people. But if you are just following your meal plan exactly as it is written out and you are very disciplined, fasting would have no benefit, nor would it hurt you. So it would be irrelevant. What is the plan to lose 3 pounds per week? So the plan would be waking up in the morning, doing 1 hour of cardio, get on the Stairmaster or use the treadmill, or you can go jogging. For breakfast every day, have a protein shake. For lunch and dinner, for women, have 6 ounces of a protein source with 4 cups of veggies. For men, have 9 ounces of a protein source with 4 cups of veggies. And eat like that every day. And if you need a snack, you can have a little bit of fruit late at night and continue to lift weights at least 4 days a week. That would be the plan to be losing 3 pounds per week. And another side note, I would try to get in as many steps as possible throughout the day. That would be very helpful. Hello, Samuel from Kenya. How do you know my name? What the heck? Oh, yeah, I got it right there. Hello, Samuel from Kenya. I am 80 kg and I would like to be on stage in like 2 years from now. Okay, I wish you the best. So, you didn't really give me any more information than that. So I'm guessing you got to follow a meal plan, do your workouts. So yeah, I wish you the best with that. All right, let's go back to the Instagram comments. Hey, how you doing this morning? I was asking to see how I can get a daily workout schedule for my whole week. Okay, so you want a daily workout schedule for your whole week. Let me show you one that I have that you can follow. So I have a app that has some good information on it. Just give me 1 second. So I'm going to share my screen in a second. Okay, so this is my app right here, right? I'm going to just kind of read out the workout schedule that I have listed on here. So for Monday, that would be your leg day. You would do squats for 3 sets of 5. Then you would do barbell split squats, which is basically lunges. You would do 3 sets of 10 reps each leg. And then you would do leg press for 3 sets of 10 reps. All right. And that would be Monday's workout. Now, this doesn't seem like a lot of work, but I want you to keep in mind, these are working sets, meaning you go in there and you warm up and you lift your light weight. So if you're squatting and I tell you to do 3 sets of 5, I'm not talking about you put the bar on your back. That doesn't count. I'm not talking about you have 1 plate on the bar. Like, that doesn't count. When you get to the weight that is heavy, that's set number 1. Then you wait 3 minutes and then you push yourself hard again. That's set number 2. Then you wait 3 minutes. Then you push yourself again. That's set number 3. So This is pretty intense, actually. It's actually a lot of work. Then on Tuesday, you would do upper body and core. So you can do bench press, then back rows, then lateral raises for your shoulders, then bicep curls, then tricep extensions, then leg raises for your core, then sit-ups for your core. Wednesday would just be cardio. Thursday would be leg day again, Bulgarian split squats, leg press, leg extensions, leg curls. And then Friday would be upper body and core again. It'd be the same exercises as you do on Tuesday. Then Saturday and Sunday would just be cardio. So this would be like a routine that I would follow. And that's on my app. So if you click the link that's in my bio, you'll be able to see that. I also want to grow my glutes along with losing weight. Can I do both or focus on one at a time? So if you are trying to lose body fat and grow muscle at the same time, which is what you're trying to do, you can. So number one, you stick to the meal plan. Number two, you do your cardio. And number three, you lift weights. Okay. So for you specifically, you're trying to grow your glutes. So twice a week, you need to be doing lower body exercises. So do your squats, do your lunges, do your Bulgarian split squats, do your leg press. Okay. Go hard when you're lifting weights. What about low glycemic index fruits like pears? Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, pears are great. The best fish to eat daily for protein for pescatarians. So I do like salmon, even though it's a little bit on the fattier side. I like the fact that you will get healthy fats from it. I like cod. I like tuna. Those are really good options. I also, in terms of fat loss, I like tilapia, even though some people go crazy when I say that, but you don't have to eat it if you don't want to. But in terms of fat loss, it's great. Most fish are really good. There's one, I think it's called halibut. Probably saying it wrong. Do you have cheat meals? So when it's like fat loss time, I would do one cheat meal a week. That's what I would recommend. If it's maintenance time, then you could be more flexible. But if it's fat loss time, meaning we're trying to cut, I would do one cheat meal a week. And even with that cheat meal, it would be something that's homemade. So I wouldn't be going to McDonald's or other fast food restaurants and getting like fast food burgers and fries. I would make everything from home. So I'd make my burgers and fries using an air fryer. So it wouldn't have all of those extra calories from the excess grease and it being fried. If I wanted pizza, I would look into purchasing a low calorie, higher protein pizza from the supermarket. So yes, you can have cheat meals, but you want to make the best decision that you can, even with having those cheat meals. Now, this is for people that are losing like that 2 pounds a week. If you are struggling and you're not seeing progress, or if you haven't even started your diet yet, you shouldn't be thinking about having cheat meals. Like you're setting yourself up for failure. How many calories should I be eating? It depends. So like I shared my screen before, and I was showing you, like you have to come here and put in your information. So here, step one, go to Google, type in calorie calculator, select one. Then you put in your information right here. And then you press calculate and it'll tell you how many calories you need to eat every day in order to be losing weight. So that's how you figure that one out. Use me. I went to weigh 66 and now I'm 98 and I'm a female. Just go on Google and do it yourself. Oh, Ardelius, what's going on, man? Yeah, you are killing it, brother. Amazing progress. I'm about to check out your before and after photos in a second. All right, let's see. Wow, we have a lot of comments in here. I'm actually way behind. Morning, Coach Sam. Hey, how you doing, Gil? Gil just signed up, so we about to get you right, man. Spitting facts this morning. I lost 3 pounds this week following your plan. I'm excited to be working with you. Let's make it happen, Gil. I'm excited to be working with you as well. Okay, let's see. Wow, we have a lot of comments. Greetings from Kentucky. What should my protein intake be at if my target weight is 185. Then you should be eating 185 grams of protein. We know your name, Samuel Emmanuel. Probably spelled it wrong. How the heck do you know my middle name too? That is crazy. Hello from Texas. Can I sub my measure to pre-cooked meals from Costco like chicken sausage, chicken meatballs, chicken burger patties for easy microwaving, I'm guessing. Okay, so if you are going to be eating pre-cooked food, the last thing you want to be doing is doing things like sausages or like meatballs and things like that. The reason why is because they usually contain a lot of fat. If you're going to be getting pre-cooked food, get pre-cooked chicken breast or pre-cooked steak, meaning when you look at it, it's just chicken breast, not breaded chicken breast. It's just grilled chicken breast or grilled steak or grilled turkey strips if they have that. Okay, stay away from the meatballs and the sausages. Chicken thighs over chicken breast. Chicken breast is going to be superior. Like if you are really focused on like you want to see immediate results and you want to see the best results, I would say chicken breast. If you care about taste and you want to get slower results, then do chicken thighs. All right. So for me personally, when it is cutting time, meaning we are trying to lose body fat and we want to get this done within a 2-month period, we're going chicken breast all the way. When it's maintenance time, or if we're trying to like cruise control, then we'll do the chicken thighs. I want to cut up my abs, but I got body fat. I'm 235 pounds, 6'1", still want to build muscle without less cardio. I'm confused at what that means. I want to cut up my abs, but I got body fat. I'm 235. I want to build muscle without less cardio. What do you mean without less cardio? So for you, if you want to lean out so you can see your abs more, you have to focus on diet. Okay, I'm literally going to show you, I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now, and you could actually do this with me. So you see this. Literally, what I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast, I have 9 ounces of some frozen chicken breast. So I do 8 ounces of the frozen chicken breast. I do that with a whole bag of frozen veggies. That's breakfast. I do frozen chicken breast again, and the veggies again. That's my lunch. And then for dinner, I do 8 ounces of frozen chicken breast again with the frozen veggies. And 2 times a week, I'll add in 1 cup of rice. And after my workouts, I have 1 pre-made protein shake. I'm literally eating like that. Like that is what I would follow if you are trying to cut up body fat and build some muscle. Okay. Like literally, that's the game plan to follow. Yo, who is this guy? I'm about to block you, man. Can I block you? See, how do I block somebody? I don't got time for it. Okay. What does one-on-one coaching look like working with you, Sam? So what I do first is I make a plan for you. So we talk, then I make a plan for you. So I'll tell you exactly how to eat. I'll tell you exactly what workouts to do. And I'll tell you how to fit the cardio in to a schedule for you. Then after that, like I'm monitoring your progress. So tracking your weight every day. Every week, we are updating the progress photos. And then from there, it's just every day, just making sure that we are doing everything that we have to do. Now, some people, they need emotional support. Some people have like questions, or that's more like mental support. And that's what me and my team are here for. When you have questions, we get back to you immediately and just give you that support to keep you motivated. What are your thoughts on consuming all of your calories in one meal? Say for lunch, you eat an entire 1,500 calorie meal. I don't recommend it, to be honest with you. It could work as long as you're getting your protein in. And if you're in a calorie deficit and you're getting in enough protein, it's fine. It's not really nothing wrong with it, I guess. When you plateau, how do you overcome it? So from what I've seen, most people, they hit a plateau because they get a little bit too loose with their tracking. So they stop tracking accurately. That's the biggest reason why I've seen people hit a plateau. So when you first start, you're very strict on your plan, right? So you might actually be eating, let's say 1,500 calories a day. You give it 3 months, you start cheating a little bit. You start getting flexible on the weekends. So now you're eating 2,300 calories a day. So you're not really at a plateau. You're just eating more food. That's what I've seen most of the time. And you're not tracking. You're not as strict. The other reason why people plateau, this one isn't really as common, is when you lose weight, your body burns less calories. So if you are 250 pounds and then you drop down to 200 pounds, now your body is burning less calories. So you need to eat less calories or you need to do more cardio. So those are like the two main reasons why people hit plateaus. And then another thing is, and this is for like the people, this doesn't relate to most people. This relates to people that are like really elite. So when somebody gets very lean and they get down to the last 5 or 10 pounds that they got to lose, fat loss slows down. So at that point, all you have to do is just be consistent. So you might have been losing 4 pounds of body fat a week when you first started. Now you might be losing half a pound a week. So you just got to be patient and be consistent and give yourself more time. But like I said, that doesn't relate. That's not relating to most people. That's only for the people who are like within striking distance of their goal. Bro, how to use MK? I really don't know much about peptides, honestly. How can we get that PowerPoint there? I might have missed it if you already said it. I don't know. How do I give you this power? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, this is what I teach. I teach these on my webinar. You know what? I will put the link to access it on my story after this. Okay. I'm going to follow you. Oh, thank you. Could you enjoy coffee with half and half as well for breakfast? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can do your coffee. So coffee with cream and sugar, if you're responsible, should only be maximum 70 calories, maybe 100, which, that can add up, but that's not that, detrimental. How do you feel about steam rooms and saunas? So steam rooms and saunas probably have a lot of health benefits. It probably improves your circulation. It probably helps you recover better. It's probably good for your like hormonal health and your mental health. But is it good for fat loss? No, it does not help you lose body fat at all. So if I see somebody going to the gym and getting in the steam room for an hour and they lose 5 pounds of sweat, that hour would have been better spent walking outside or walking on the treadmill, because at that point you would have been burning more calories, not just sweating and losing water weight, which is completely different than fat. I'm following him from a long time and I'm losing weight. Oh, wow. That's really good. And I'm perimenopausal. I'm doing all the right stuff and still struggling. So you're perimenopausal, you're doing all the right stuff and you're still struggling. So my guess would be you might think that you're doing all the right stuff, but your nutrition has to be off, because if you were in a calorie deficit, you would be losing weight. So you need to take a look at your diet and make it a little bit stricter. So let me give you an example. Oh man, I wish I had like a photo that I could just pull up that showed a meal plan. Okay, let's see. Actually, I might. Yeah, I might have a meal plan here. 1 second. Okay, so this is an example meal plan that I give out. Okay, so let's say for women, right? If it is your goal to lose body fat, this is an example of a meal plan. For breakfast, you do a protein shake. For lunch, you do 7 ounces of chicken breast and some mixed veggies. And for dinner, you do 6 ounces of a protein, mixed veggies, and half a cup of rice. And the snack, you have 1 protein bar. This is it. 7 days a week, you only are eating this, not another morsel of food more than that. This is what it looks like to be doing all the right stuff. If you're eating this, but you cheat on the weekends, you go out to restaurants, you have ice cream, you have a little bit of extra nuts, you have some extra fruit, like that is not doing all the right stuff. Okay. When it comes to losing body fat, the level of strictness has to go up. There's a difference between living a healthy lifestyle and then doing what is required to lose like 8 pounds of body fat a month, which is a lot. So you just have to make sure that your actions are lining up with your expectations. You're not going to lose a lot of body fat if you're doing just like healthy lifestyle things and you're doing what most people are doing. Okay. What do you think about just dieting but not lifting? I'm not a big fan of that. Right now, if you just diet, you'll lose weight. And if you just diet, you will lose weight, but you will lose muscle as well too, and you definitely won't be building any muscle. So, I recommend you do both. Hi, Mr. Sam. When losing weight, what exercises should I be doing for less skin flab? So, how do I put this? So if you're somebody that has to lose 200 pounds, you are going to have loose skin. Like there's no way around it because your skin has stretched out so much. Like you're going to have loose skin. Now you can build muscle, so you can do your squats, your push-ups, and you can do exercises to build muscle, but it's not going to be enough to fill out your skin if it gets stretched out too much. So that question, it really varies from person to person. If you have to lose 30 pounds, then you probably won't have loose skin at all, no matter what. But if you have a substantial amount of weight to lose, you're going to have some loose skin. And there's nothing wrong with that. Or you might not if you have just phenomenal genetics and your skin, maintains its elasticity. So the factors that go into that are like if you have a lot of weight to lose, if you are like someone who's older, and if your genetics, just aren't that good when it comes to like your skin keeping its elasticity, then you're going to have loose skin. Let's see. Have 100. Yeah, so you'll if you have to lose 100 pounds, then you'll probably have some loose skin. But I would still be doing strength training exercises because you want to try your best to minimize it. Do everything that you can to minimize it. So do your cardio, stick to your diet, lift weights, and at least even if you do have some loose skin, your shape will still be good. And you might not have loose skin. Let's see. All right, everybody. So I am going to run. That's about it for today. I want to be posting up some videos today from this live. I want to show you guys something as well, too. So everyone here, if you click this link that I'm about to drop, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, if you click this link that I just put in the comment section, and if you're on Instagram, if you click the link that's in my bio, right? If you look here where it says fitness app, I have meal plans and workout plans that you can get started with. I have some free stuff on there, but to access everything is $10 a year. So that would be really helpful for you if you need like just a plan to follow. And if you need more one-on-one help, you can click this tab that says one-on-one fitness coaching. But other than that, I mean, if you guys have any more questions, try to send me a DM. If I have the extra time and the bandwidth today, then I will do my best to get back to everybody. But other than that, I wish you guys the best and peace out. Matter of fact, before I go, I want everybody to comment. What is one thing that you learned today that you're going to start taking action on like immediately? What's one thing you learned today? Oh, you guys are very welcome. You guys are very, very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome, Gino. Everyday Fitness, Whitney. My Instagram is Better You, Better Society. Discipline, nutrition. All right. Thank you also. Do you have a book that I could order on Amazon? No, I don't have a book. I don't. Thanks, Coach Sam. Knowledge is power. Oh, you're very welcome. I appreciate that. Thank you. Simplicity, never give up, focus, more discipline for more results, nutritional training. I need meal plan only for a whole week. Yeah. Getting the necessary protein and nutrition. All right, great. I'm happy that this was helpful. So later, guys. How do I end this?